Top of the morning to you, good afternoon, good evening to you, depending on when you will be watching this session. Welcome to Prime Media TV, and this is Opinion Poll with Ignited Ayo. And as you all know, I'm with the ladies of Opinion Poll. With me in the studio today, I have Ramsey Girl and Yopi Girl. Good morning. No, good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's good to have you guys again.
Thank you.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes,
So,
too.
okay, let me start with Yopi Girl. You're looking radiant though. This your hair is airing.
Thank you.
It's really beautiful. I love it.
Thank you.
So how is today going now? What's the plan for today?
Seriously, don't let us talk about today because since Saturday I was not around. I traveled, so I was so stressed. I traveled on Saturday. I came back yesterday. I even reached out around after 10. You know the situation of this recent thing that is going on concerning the fuel. I was so stressed. If not because of work, I could have been sleeping at home. But you know, now I can't just keep this work matters. I have to be here.
Exactly. Work
That is it.
must go on. So how about you, Ramsey Girl? How have you been?
I'm good, and today is actually somehow getting to the bus stop and paying transport fare twice
Times
of what
two.
we've been paying
Oh my
before.
God.
So
Yeah,
it's
that's
actually somehow, Jerry. May God help us in this country. I don't know what
Amen. No, it
Amen.
wasn't funny.
wasn't-
I stayed at my bus stop for a long minute.
Some
At some
people
point,
had
I
to
was like,
trek
"I will not
this
trek like
morning.
this."
Yeah, some people had to trek this
The
morning.
traffic, money traffic, the what is it called? The fuel subsidy is out of this world.
I
There
think
are no
everywhere.
it
buses.
happened all of a sudden.
everywhere.
It's,
It's
you
everywhere.
don't even
I even
prepare
saw some
people at
students.
all.
They had to go back
Yes, now
home
yes, some had to go
because
back
it was times two of what they like. Imagine
because
taking
they don't know
a
what they will
distance
even face
like
in the afternoon.
Yesterday,
exactly.
I told you I was on the road yesterday. They were calling me, please, when you see anybody, don't do shakara
Yes,
that you
now.
don't know. Just enter. The bus that are supposed to carry around, let me say 600 naira, I entered it at the rate of 1,500 naira.
Can you
Father Lord.
imagine?
Fine. When I was coming safe, the one that is supposed to enter 500 naira is 1,000 naira. That is how
So
it is.
where are we going?
Where exactly are
Which
we even
way?
going in this
We are
country?
heading
It
to
is
somewhere, Sha.
tiring.
I'm very sure we are not heading to hell, but we are
Amen.
heading to
Amen. No, we are going
It is
somewhere.
well with our soul.
Amen. No.
Amen.
So for me, as always, I have I have a lot of things I'm still going to do after
Always
today.
having a lot of things
Or
to do.
I always have a lot of things to do. God should just have mercy on me. I always have a lot of. Though my Mondays are usually very busy. My Monday, there's a particular class I attend every Monday, and I don't want to
Okay.
miss it for anything. I can't miss if regardless of how I know it is going to be expensive going to the place and coming back,
Okay, that's
but I don't
true.
mind. I don't mind paying that price if it is the price we have to pay for personal
Yes, that is it.
development.
Just
It
for
is-
what you want.
Exactly, it is not too much. So that's my that's how my day is going to be after the show today. So then, beautiful people, will be going on a quick break now, and as soon as we get back, we'll go into the show. Please stay with us. Welcome back to the show. So today we saw a video on social media, on Instablog especially, that caught our attention, and this we are already in the week for the children's the International Children's Day nationwide, and our discussion from henceforth is going to be surrounding parenting, surrounding child upbringing, and all of that, so we can sensitize parents on what they can do. You cannot just keep misbehaving. So we saw this video online that caught our attention of a man. Oh, should we say a man or a boy?
Boy man. Boy man.
Which one is boy man?
Or
Boy.
teenage
Boy
boy
man.
man. Man
Boy.
boy teenage.
Man, boy, and all of that.
As
So
in-
this man, he was dying his 1 month old baby's hair, and it really caught our attention that I have never dyed my hair before, but from experience, from the hearing from the experience of people who have dyed their hair, they share their experience of how hot guy went ahead to dye a 1 month old baby's hair. So we don't want to narrate it for you. We would like that you see this video for yourself, so you can all as well be the judge in this case. Please watch the video. Okay, so that was the video. So, ladies, what was your first reaction when you saw this video?
Ah, if I may ask, what comes to my mind when I saw the video is this: where is the mother of this baby? First and foremost, and I'm very sure the mother is not even a woman. Maybe it's a girl. From my own perspective, because how would a man just come to you and pick up your baby and tell you wants to go? And even I've not done such a thing before. I've never applied such a thing on my head. But based on, I have to go through the comment section, those people are commenting and going through that, those people that have done such a thing, they were like, the thing used to be painful, in terms of doing such a thing. And I was like, this baby is still small. It's very small. It's a baby that, the scalp of that baby cell is something that will be very soft in order to attract such chemical. Because this particular substance is a chemical, right?
Yeah.
And we know how hard it is when you are using or making use of chemical. Not talk of a small baby. Adults are even complaining. So my question is, where is the mother particularly?
Where is the mother? That's a good question to ask. So, over to you, Ramsey girl. What was your
When
first?
I first saw that video, I was like, Gen Z body. Even before
Another
our
group.
teeth again.
Hey.
A boy calling himself father.
Hmm.
Because if you are a true father, how will you carry your baby at that tender month? That baby should not be more than 3 months or within 2 to 3 months. Dyeing a baby's hair of that age, not minding if it's going to destroy the baby's scalp, is nothing to write home about. So I was like, Gen Z body, 1, 2, 3 day. Okay, just look at those guys. Me looking at them, do they even look like somebody that is matured?
Not at all.
Looking
They are
at
all
their
immature.
face, they don't. Yes, they are immature. So something that even me, as a grown woman, I dyed my hair once in a while. The more you want that hair you want that color to come out, the more the hotness on your head. And I'm very sure that is going to use more than 5 minutes on that baby's hair. Just imagine the kind of
And they'll still have to
implications.
cover it.
The kind of implication is going to be. Even the father self dyed his hair. You can see a nylon on
Yes,
his
he
head.
used nylon in order to cover.
We are not
his
stopping
head.
you to do your fashion, but let babies be babies. Give them their time. It's their time to be a baby. So let them be that baby. Why are you making a baby to be an adult? I'm not saying dyeing hair is bad, but for baby is a very wrong step to dye a baby's hair. In fact,
Well,
this
for
our
me,
Gen Z.
for me, Shao, the first thing that came to my mind is that the person dyeing the hair, he has mind. Because how can you, if not that your mind is made of metal, your mind is made of a bido shaker, your mind is that of the boss keeper also. If not that your mind is that sick, what will make you sit? You know how hot this
The
dye
chemical
is. What will even make you think of, even if the father wants to dye the baby's hair, you should be the one advising that
advise
this
They
the
baby
have
is
the
too
not
same
small
to do
for
thing
that.
now.
this.
Birds of the same feather flock
This
together.
baby is too small for it. That was the first thing that caught my attention. Secondly, look at the category of people there, especially the guy making the video. Obviously, they were friends to the father
Sure.
of this
It's
baby.
obvious.
Even if your friend did not have sense to say that no, it is wrong for us to dye this baby hair, you that is the friend, you should at least guy, don't
Have a
do
sense.
this. At least you cannot. Everybody in your circle cannot be stupid.
Yes.
When you are going to the bush, somebody should be able to call you back.
back.
But it is so unfortunate that all of them,
They are all
one
they are
soon,
on
one
the same
chorus
path,
civic or no, that's
going
how
together.
Yoruba will say it.
See,
They
they
all
are-
slept in one direction. So those are the two things that caught my attention. But then I want us to look at it first from this perspective. Looking at it first from religious perspective. Religion says train up a child the way he should go. When he grows up, he will not depart from it. Now, maybe what if this is this guy's way of training up his child?
The child rather.
So are we going to say that, okay, because society is talking, because everybody is saying the baby is too small. But what now religion says that train up a child the way he should go, and he is training up the child. Like, I've seen somebody that he was smoking and he was blowing the smoke into the child's mouth. And adults that was there was like, why are you doing this? Said, I'm a smoker. What do you expect my baby to be? My baby will smoke too eventually. So what is your take on this? Training up a child the way he should go. Is this the right way?
No, me, I don't agree with that. because like you said, they say train up a child in the way you want. Or how did
We want him
you?
to go.
They said is one person, or let's say both the father and mother. Okay, joining them together. One person that give birth to a child, but it is the whole community that will
Train
take
the
care
child.
of, that will train the child. If you, because you are exposed, you are, I don't want to say something negative to qualify that aspect. There are some times that, okay, they'll say when you are being given birth to, you need to rebirth yourself. There are some children that when they grow up, they realize that I've been following the wrong footstep, and at the end of the day, they'll need to, in fact, it will cut that link between
Between
them
them and
and
their
their
parents.
parents, because when they grow up and they realize that this is not the way we're supposed to go. Okay, when you as a young girl of like 14, 15 years already has a dyed hair, and you are in a situation where others are putting on something decent, they are covering their hair, how will you feel? Unless somebody that doesn't think, that doesn't think. But if you think deeply, you see that in the carcass of these people that I'm not up to their standard.
Yeah.
So future of a child is very, very important. Train up a child in the way you want them to grow, positively, not negatively. So train that child in the way that child is going to be useful to his or herself. Train that child in the way that child is going to be a good example to others. Okay, if you train your child not to smoke, not to drink, not to mingle with that person, your child will be served as a good example to others in the society. But if you train your child to be smoking, to be doing all sorts of things because you are doing it, there are some mothers that their source of livelihood is sleeping with different men. So because you are doing that to bring food to the table, you also want your daughter to be doing that. Do you expect me to tell my daughter that follow this girl footstep? Oh, this is what she's doing? No, it's bad. So if you want to train your child in the way it should be, you need to train them positively for them to make an impact on those coming and for them to make an impact on those within them. So you don't have to train them negatively. So emphasis on training them positively, not negatively. I can't see that as a training. That is because even if me looking at it, that the father of that child also still need more training. Talk more of the child that
Babies
doesn't even know
raising babies.
anything. Babies raising babies. So
Okay,
that's
but then you made mention of a vital point, and I'm going to direct the question at your P girl. You mentioned that we should train them in a positive way, and now looking at the aspect of die, as in we see a lot of people dye their hair. Even adults, they died.
Yes.
Like me, for instance, especially because I carry natural hair. When I see natural hair, a naturalist who added dye to their own, maybe black and gold and all of that, it looks so beautiful. I can't do it, but I like it on their head. But then that is fashion to some extent. So why should it be wrong for children? If adults can do it, that means adults are laying the example for children. You see some people, gone are those days that you have white hair and you be asking somebody to
Yes,
pull it
to
out for you.
Yeah.
But now people dye
So
their
that's
hair white.
fashion.
They say it is white. It is fashion. So if it is good for adults, why should it be wrong for children?
Thank you. When we say children, in terms of being a children, we have different age, right? For that small baby, the baby is still small. It's very small for such a thing. Just let's consider it from this angle. We said that chemical is a substance that is what harmful, right? So, and considering the baby's age or months, it's not even age, it's not up to a 1 year or stuff like that. It's still monthly baby stuff. So, considering the age of the month of the baby, the thing can even affect the baby because this ascorbate is very soft. The baby is still small. You can take those babies own, compare adult own. When we say children, we have 10 years. In terms of 10 years now, you can just apply it because that person is even, the head is even strong by then. But this kind of baby is a very small baby. You can just think you can do anything or apply anything on their head just like that. Even if you carry your baby to a baby salon that you want to cut the hair, the pains that they used to go through in terms of their talk less of applying chemical on such a baby hair. It's unfair. Though to them, I'm very sure they will think it's fashion, but it's madness. It's no more fashion. To you as an adult, it's a fashion, but to such a baby, it's a madness.
But I want us to address something.
Okay.
You know, children learn better from adults. So if we want children to learn from us, then that means there are some things we should not be doing. Like me now, I know I want to raise children that will not dye their hair. So they see me as the example. Since they see that mommy is not dyeing her hair, so why should we crave for dyeing hair? So the father should at least lay the example. Now we are looking at this conversation in other aspects now.
Yeah.
That if it is bad for children, then
So
adults
why
should not
would I-
lay the example for them.
Okay, you see that side. There are some, okay, because I don't want my baby to go in this way, does not mean I won't do such. Okay, I dyed my hair. Okay, if my baby say, Mommy, I want to make my hair like this. No, you are too young for that. When you get to that stage, you are going to do it. That does not mean I will dye it for my baby because
But you know,
you
children
want
ask
it.
questions. What if the
Yes.
girl is asking why? Why can't I? You
Because
know,
I'm an adult.
children of
And
this
you're a
age,
child,
why?
you're a
As a
child.
Why
mother,
can't I? Why
there's
can't
a
I
way
dye
you
my
will be
hair?
able to respond to your baby's question, and they will accept. There are some things, there are several examples. So because I'm doing makeup now, does not mean I will apply makeup on my 2-year-old baby or on my 1-month-old baby. So still going is still, what is bad is bad. That, just like she mentioned, that baby girl's scalp is too soft for such. So because others are doing it, or because the mother is doing it,
Does
I'm
not mean
not.
that they
I'm
have to
now.
do it
I'm
for
not
the baby.
saying because the father died his hair is bad, but because they are doing it for that baby is a bad. Okay, because I'm wearing high heel now does not mean I will put on high heel for my baby that is 6 months. Baby that they will.
Fashion now.
So that's
It's not more a
it.
fashion, it's
Fashion.
madness.
It's
Fashion
madness.
now.
So there's some things that we do because we are adults. Like I said, let babies be babies. When is their time? It's because it's my time. I'm an adult without no full control from anybody. I'm free to do what I want. But when is your time? When you're out, like I told my younger ones that are not up to 18, that when you are up to 18, you will do it. Wait for your time. Everything has its own time. So because they are doing it for that baby does not make it right. Or does not mean I will not be able. Okay, because I'm dying my hair now does not mean I will not be able to train my child. But I'm not dying it for my baby because it is wrong. It's not yet time. When he's an adult and can make decision by himself, he can do whatever you want.
Okay, but then now let's look at it from this perspective. You know, now is because it is dying now. Dye is big deal. It is a big deal for me. In fact, if I had known that man, if I'm related to him, I would have, call on police to first of
Even
all arrest him.
him,
Because
yes.
when you are doing this thing against the child's wish,
Yes.
Exactly.
I
you
even
see,
want to
this
talk about
die
that.
of a thing should be something that come as it should be a choice.
Yes.
For instance, now I'm an adult. It is my choice if I want to dye my hair. I can decide to. I see it on people. I love it, but I can't do it because I don't like it on my head, and I don't like that permanent sight. Like all the time you see the same color on somebody's hair. But now because it is dye. But how about parents that wear adult dress for their children, especially the girl children? You see a girl of 2 years old. She's wearing a spaghetti top.
Crop top.
She's wearing crop top.
Bomb
She's wearing
shorts.
bomb shorts.
Hmm.
She's wearing all sort of, dresses that you should not even see on a child. When we see it on adults, we abuse them. But because this one, you say, my baby, I used to work somewhere. This woman brought her child. And this little girl the girl should be around 7 years old. She was wearing a crop top like this with bomb shorts. And this girl is very, very pretty. If you see the girl, you will not know she's 7 years old, but because of the stature that she has. So what do we do to parents who wear adult dresses for their children? What should we do to those ones?
You know what? They used to say something. The way you lay your bed, you rely on it. And the way you carry yourself, that is how they will do what they will carry you. So for such a parent, it's unfair. Children also have their own ways of living. So we have our ways of living. So we don't need to impose this thing on them. Let them do what they want. It's not like, okay, you are trying to tell the baby that this is how you're supposed to dress, put on this thing. And unfortunately, when things turn around, you'll be like, it's not your fault. Whose fault? Whose fault? It starts from somewhere. Now there is a lot of stories about being raped outside there. Now, even you dress decently, they will
still
still
rape you.
make attempts.
They will
Talk
still
less
rape you.
of dressing up
I know
naked.
someone that when she was in school, this lady is decently dressed. In fact, it is a sad story because she's my big sister. She was decently dressed. She was raped by 7 men.
You see,
Decently dressed.
not talking of those people that used to dress half naked, and those people that used to rape this time around, they are ready to even rape 1 year old baby. Not talking of 7 years. So please, for the parent at home, we just have to train this child. When they grow up, fine, they have the right to do what, to decide on what they want to put on. But as a baby, as a mother, we need to try as much as possible to put them in the ways of God. That is it. Train your child on how to dress. If you train your child how to dress right now, when they grow up, they will know how to do what, how to dress. Those people that used to wear this kind of stuff outside, I'm very sure that is how they brought them up. And even if they didn't brought them up like that, they are an adult, as we said earlier. So they have the right to choose. I used to say something: if you are doing bad, you know. If you are doing good, you know. If you wear something that is decent, you
know
say
that it's
personally, you know.
decent.
You know.
If you wear a decent cloth, you say you know by yourself. You see, and they'll be doing like this when they're convenient for you. Where do you put it on? And for those small child, they are still little. They don't know anything. It's just that their mother is just trying to make things look like maybe it's fashion. What is fashion? Everything in the name of fashion, we are trying to abuse the children. It's not good. It's no more fashion. It's madness. I will say it.
Okay, I would like that we go on a quick break. When we get back, I want us to look at the part of, parents who want their children to be decent. Meanwhile, they themselves are
They are
not
not
decent.
decent enough.
So that's the angle we'll be looking at by the time we get back from the break. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
What have you done to me? I don't know. Yeah. What have you done to me? I don't know. Believe me, believe me, believe me. It has to you. I need you. I need you for my family. Believe me, it has to you. I need you. I need you for my family. It must be you. It must be you. I need you. I'm crazy over you. Now waiting man go do to make you know what you want. Believe if you don't believe me, I will not deceive. Do not deceive me. And my love go past the love you give me. If I follow your hand, I bet to it. What you want? Believe if you don't believe me, I will not deceive. Do not deceive me. And my love go past the love you give me. If I follow your hand, I bet to it. Baby, 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 what have you done to me?
Welcome back to the show. So let me start with Ramsey Girl. We said parents who want their children to dress decently, but they themselves are not decently dressed. There was this thing I saw sometimes back of a woman who wore a very beautiful long dress and it was slitted up to her lap like this. Then she wore a fine gown for her daughter, very long. And the guy was like, "Oh, mommy, this is beautiful." And the girl went inside, pick up a scissors,
And
tore
tear
her
out.
dress,
For
and
real?
tore her dress up to her lap. And the mother beat, why will you do such? Why will you say, "Mommy, but look at your own. Your own is
Now.
your own is slitted up to your lap. So why are you beating me?" So by the time the girl started asking why, she, it was visible that she was doing something very wrong. So how will a person who is not decently dressed dress up a child or teach a child to be decent? So let me start with you.
You see, no matter how you place a bad apple, it will still be bad. No matter how it looks, what is bad is bad. If you are dressing indecently and you are dressing your child decently, I don't know how that equation wants to be balanced, because unconsciously that baby is looking at you.
Mm.
Same thing applies to a man that is sagging. The child too will sag somehow. And there's one thing about children of this generation. They have coconut head. So no matter what you do, they will still try to emulate you.
Mm.
So you cannot dress indecently now and you expect your child. In fact, once those children are getting to 7, 8, they will be dictating to you
Yeah.
that, okay, mommy, no, there's this my friend that the daughter will tell the mom specifically that she doesn't like gown, she don't want gown. There was one day the mom came home and told me that girl cried all through when they were in church and when they were coming back, because she doesn't want to wear gown.
Wow.
She wants trouser and top.
Impressive.
So most of our clothes that are gown now is being worn by the younger sister. But she said she doesn't like gown.
So she's dictating
just
what to wear for the
imagine
mother.
If, though I won't call it dictation, because we all have choices. Sometimes too, we leave them, let them, we please them, unless it's getting out of hand. So just imagine if that girl's mother is that type that dress indecently. That's how she will just go outside and be disgracing the mother. Okay, imagine, okay, she's just crying for gown, abi. Imagine if she say, no, it's not one that I used to show breast like my mommy's own.
Okay.
Just imagine her saying it outside. So no matter how you place it, what is wrong is wrong. So if you say you are dressing indecently and you want to dress your daughter decently, you cannot really balance that equation because it will still, there will still be a dent on one part. So the way you want your daughter to look, you should try to look that way. To both your daughter and like I said, any father that is sagging, you don't expect your son to keep the trouser on the waist. One anyhow, that boy will still use style and bring
adjust
his
it
trouser down.
bring it down.
The thing is, what we'll just do is we'll keep talking and keep advising both mothers and fathers that we should try to tone down our level of dressing. Anywhere that we know we are drifting apart, let's try and balance it so that
okay. I also want us to look at this from this way. You know, these people now will be. I want us to look at all angles of the story.
Okay.
We have really not hit on the parents' past aspects. You see a lot of people now, people that are supposed to be under someone to be tutoring them, to be training them. They want to train up a child. You know, you see a lot of people, you know, since recently an understanding is coming to me that if people get married now and they are not even prepared for childbirth, people get married, they are not prepared for how to raise the children, how to train the children. You know, they are just living in this world of, you know, this euphoria feeling of I want to get married, I want to have a child because others are but they are not really prepared. And you see, this preparation aspect is something we should look into. Yes. People's ready. It goes beyond I'm of age, I want to get married. It is extended to if you have enough knowledge.
Are you mentally
enough
ready?
knowledge? Are you ready for are you ready to live with another person? Are you ready to bring up children? Are you ready to raise them? These are some of the things that we should look at. So for this guy here, he's supposed to be under somebody that they should be training him.
Those people that even surround him as well, they are all boys.
Yeah. I saw in the comment section. Someone said this one that's supposed to be in primary 4 is training up a child.
Children giving birth to children.
In fact.
Babies giving birth to children. If you see a lot of comments, they were like kids giving birth to kids. I don't understand. Because they lack maturity. They are not responsible enough to be a father. They are not responsible enough to be a father. A real father cannot behave like that. A real man who is mature, responsible, can never and ever behave like that. That is it. But let's look at it. How are they trained up as well? Them personally, how are they trained up? For their background, we don't know their background. You don't know how they train, how they were trained up. But considering the fact that those people that surround the guy, those people that hold the babies, and they are the same thing, birds of the same feather.
Has also been
That is how
secondary
they
school.
are.
They say, show me your friend, and I'll
One
tell you
Mr.
who you are.
Biono should be beating them in
As in-
secondary school as at the time
There's no
they were.
difference.
Though I'm not surprised, most of them might be dropouts, and most of them might just finish from secondary school. But instead of them to look at how their life is going to be better, how their future is going to be bright,
And obviously, I'm
They
not even
don't-
sure they
they
got
want-
married.
they-
They just
but-
impregnated
Yeah.
somebody. People
Pablo,
like that, they
I
don't
mean-
get married.
Ignited Iron is still looking for marriage certificate.
People
you
like that,
whining
they don't
me?
get married.
Get
No,
married
they
by
don't get
foot.
married.
Hmm.
You know what joined them together is pregnancy.
That's it.
Pregnancy has already joined them together. And there's something in Yoruba society. There's one thing I love Yoruba society. Once you are pregnant, you carry your kaya and
Go to your husband
husband's
house. I
house.
cannot be feeding you and be
And
feeding,
feeding your
the baby. The baby has
So
their own.
that's just, so once you are pregnant, automatically you are married. If your husband is capable of performing the rites, come. And if he's not capable, the thing is, we can't fully blame the parents. Like I said the other time, once you are being given birth to, you need to revert yourself.
That's
to.
it.
There are some, okay, look at some Agbero on the road. Okay, will you tell me that most of them, they are not from a well-trained home? But once they are outside and they have their freedom, they tend to misbehave. So I used to say it, you don't blame. Yes, there are some parents that have their own blame too, but not all. Some parents now, with the kind of training, the kind of upbringing they give their children, they will now sit back at their old age and be crying. Have I not tried enough? Have I not given this child enough for him to
be a
impact
better person?
positively? So sometimes it's not the parent's fault, and sometimes it's the parent's fault. So those that, in fact, this issue is a very long road,
Conversation.
because there are some I have there's some time that somebody hinted me about a friend that is into cybercrime, and the mom
Knew about it.
and even encouraging him. They said the mom was like, you see this thing, if you know you don't have places to go, I will take you to places. But I told that person, because that person is a very close family of those people. I said, okay, the mom wants to take him to places that can encourage what he's doing. I said, no problem. They will ask them to bring this one, or bring the one boy, or
You should bring their mother.
very soon. If it's not enough, that woman that took him there, he will still use
That
it.
is it, exactly.
So everything has repercussion. Even if we keep talking that the parents should try and do this thing, anybody is free to do what they want.
Yes.
Just know that at the end of the day, everything has repercussion. That's just it.
Okay, you want to say something, you pick up.
Not really. What goes around comes around. That is it. If it is good, as I said earlier, if you are doing good, you know personally, and if you are still doing bad, you know. I'm very sure the guy even know that what he's trying to do to the baby is not good enough. But they just want to, they just want to trend. Like, they want people to see them that they are on the line of what? Fashion. So that is it. And no way, parents are role model. What you do, your children are watching you back to back. If you do good, they are watching you. If you do bad, they are watching you. So our attitude matters a lot. What you do around our children matters a lot. If you think they are still small, they don't know anything, they are too young, it's a lie. Those children that we have nowadays, they have something called sense. They used to grab something. Before you even drop the thing, they've already grabbed it from you. So
without getting to the floor.
And the parents are the role model. If you don't want your baby to dress half naked, you don't have the right to dress half naked.
Yeah.
If you don't want your baby to be smoking, you don't have the right to be smoking in their presence. Even if you want to smoke, just go somewhere else and smoke. For the father, because some people are addicted to that. But it's not something that you're supposed to be doing in the presence. We have some parents that, some fathers, they are smoker. Their children, they will still be the one to send the children to go and buy it. Go and buy the alcohol. What do you expect for such a baby? So it's unfair. So we just have to, as a parent, the way that you want your children to go, lead them the right path, because what goes around comes around.
Exactly. No, I'm actually of the opinion that, there's this Yoruba saying that says, Omota ako,
Oh my
Lumangbele
beleta
takota.
kota.
Yeah, a child that is not trained is going to sell the house you built. So if you are saying that, let me just keep patching it. Obviously, this guy, from this guy in the video, is already training the child on the path he should go. If on the long run the child come back and say, hey, daddy,
That is
break
the
bottle
step
on the
that
floor,
it is the step that
you already
The
sowed a
language.
seed
Yes.
in the child.
That
Child.
is
You know,
it.
the child will come back one day. He's going to reap the repercussion.
That is when you will be regretting without knowing that it's what you
You know,
plant.
I used to have a neighbor that the daughter beat her up. The daughter used to beat the mother. How did this start? She herself, I know the first generation, second generation, third generation, and fourth generation
of this.
of this family I'm talking about. The first generation, the second generation beat the first generation. That is, the woman herself beat up her own mother.
That is
When she gave birth to a child, her own daughter, the daughter beat her up.
I'm very sure that daughter said her own daughter is going to beat her
Exactly.
as well.
The repercussion will always be there. If
And
you
it's
refuse
supposed to end this thing before
Mhm.
it continues to. There's
There's no
not
how it's going
generation
to
stuff.
end. There's no how that is going to
No,
end.
what
It has
somebody
already
somebody will
Somebody
just
must
wake up
ask
one
you.
day. Somebody
With
among
prayer.
them will just wake up one day and say, okay,
And
maybe
Maybe
we've
therefore,
wrong.
your
prayer.
mentality, right? And the way you think. You know,
Sometimes when people are not exposed, they tend to do too much of wrong things when they are not exposed.
Exactly.
this is getting like, let me say, generation courses
Generational
or what.
curse,
I don't
yeah.
understand. So beating, that gets to our child is going to be bitter.
Exactly.
And they have to do something before it is too late.
So for this particular person, one day he's going to reap the reward. And it
Sure.
is so unfortunate that you see a lot of old people at their old age when they're supposed to be enjoying,
Yeah.
they are
That is when they
suffering.
will be
And you now
lamenting,
be asking, who is it that they did not
God.
train their children? Is it that they did this? Is it that they, at old age when you're supposed to sit back and reap the
And
fruit
be
of your
eating
labor,
the fruit of
you are
your
now
labor.
struggling again. You see people, they will struggle till death.
Serious.
They will struggle till they die. Why? Because they refuse to do the things
What
that they
is
ought to do
right.
at a very early stage. So me, I'm of the opinion that every young people should have the right mindset, the right mentality, the right knowledge before they get married.
Yes.
Know know how to raise children, know the right way to raise children. Me, I used to tell myself every day that the training I did not get as a child, I want to give it to my children. And that is what make parenting better. Giving your children adequate, because the family make up the society.
Yes.
The reason why we have a lot of agbero out there is because these people refuse to train up the children. We have few children that refuse to listen to the parents. Most times it is the parents that refuse to teach their children, and some of them are teaching them in the wrong way. Imagine sending a child to go and buy cigarettes. Imagine sending a child to go and do this. There was a girl that confided in me some time ago. This girl said she's afraid of staying at home because the mother is a prostitute. It got to a point that the mother was drunk. The man who slept with the mother wanted to sleep with her. When she confided in me, I was just praying. I wish I have all of the capacity to take that girl in, so that to take her away from that mother, because the mother is not training her the way you should train up a 15-year-old girl. So imagine the girl would always say, I don't want to be like my mother. I don't want to be like my mother, and all of
Because
that.
she has a good mindset.
Exactly.
Yes.
So
She
she
has a plan
already
for
has
herself.
she already has plan for herself that I don't want to be like her, because she sees the kind of life that the mother lives. So people must have the right knowledge. It is not about giving birth.
Yes.
You don't just go and get pregnant, give birth, obaton, lotitoni.
No,
You must have the
that's
right.
at the beginning.
To them, they've already achieved something.
And most
They've
times they
given
forget
birth.
that they will give
And
accounts
yes,
of these
and they don't
children.
know there are
Sure,
more. Giving birth is not just an high soap. There are more things to it. There are more things to it. So if you don't want your child to go astray, there are more things to giving birth and taking care of children. There are different diversities to it.
Okay, so we would like to take our final word. I will let me start with Yopi girl. I would like to hear your final word for young people out there. People who are training children, people who have children who they are still training. I would like to hear your final word.
My people at home, please, if you are not ready to be a father, don't try it. And if you are not ready to be a mother, there's no point in doing that thing. And we parents at home, we are a role model to our children, both father and the mother. Please, you have to dress the way your children want. You want them to be what? To be addressed. They said it was the way you dress, you'll be what? You'll be addressed. So we are a role model to them. please try as much as possible to train them in a right path so that they will not go astray. It's not because of today, it's because of tomorrow. Because what goes around comes around.
So, my youngsters out there, please let us be focused. Let us have a positive mindset. Let us get to the river. That is the Yoruba adage. Let us get to the river before we start fetching water. We should not be in a hurry. Everything will come at its own pace. And to those parents with children, please let's try to lay a good example for the children. Let us train the children with a good foundation, because foundation is what mattered most. Let us keep an eye on our children. We should avoid anything that will bring anything negligence. We should please stay away from it. May God be with us and continue keeping our children for us.
Amen. So this is really an interesting conversation, and I would like to wrap up with the fact that children learn faster from their parents. You may not be watching, you may not take it seriously, but directly or indirectly, children are learning. So parents ought to be conscious of the things that they do before their children. And really, there are some habits that you should never introduce to children. Like in the case of this guy, dyeing the hair of your 1-month-old baby. By the time that child gets to 11 years old and he said, "Daddy, I want to start smoking," you will not be able to curb it, because you have introduced that child to what they are not supposed to know about at a very early stage. So if you want to, you become better when you choose to train up your children, when you choose to give your children the training that you yourself did not get while growing up. We must be intentional about parenting right. We must be intentional about making up the society better. You see, the society is made up of families. So families must be intentional about how they train up their children, so the children will not become a menace to the society. So on this in this segment of Opinion Poll right here at Prime Media TV, from now till the end of May, we'll be looking at conversations surrounding children and parents, because this month is World International Children's Day, and we want to sensitize children out there. We want to sensitize their parents as well on the things that they can do to become better parents and also to become better children. So if you have an opinion, if you have a question that you want us to hear our opinion on, right here in the studio, you can do well to send your question to 090-2205-3305, 090-2205-3305, and we'll be right here in the studio to share our opinion. So you hear the opinion from the ladies of Opinion Poll. I'm sure you guys will be ready when they start sending the question.
We are ever ready.
So we'll be right here to share our opinion with you. So this is all that we can take right here in the studio. If you are watching us on the website, you are watching us from enginespeak.com. Do well to follow us on Facebook at Prime Media TV, on Instagram and TikTok, Prime Media Studio, and on YouTube you can follow us at Engine Speak. Thank you all for staying tuned with us till this time. Till we'll come your way again. We are the ladies of Opinion Poll. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.